example, if you traveled to the United States, their law could be a bit different from ours. It will have something like, I will try my best. I will try to do this. Maybe, some of them have removed some certain aspects of the law, but at the end of the day, it is almost the same. I hope you can all see the law. Janet, are you able to see it? You're the one who can give me a signal?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay. So that is the brief law that we're talking about. I mean, the promise, sorry. The promise that we make. The promise that the Girl Guides make is in 3 aspects. We call it a 3-fold promise. As you go through the training today and tomorrow, you will learn more about the word 3-fold. How does it become 3-fold? For us, it is 3-fold because there are 3 aspects embedded in that law. We say that I promise on my honor that I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country. That's aspect number 1, the country in which you live. So it doesn't matter. For example, if you go to UK, it will also be for God and my country. If you go to America, it will be for God and my country. If you go to Philippines, to be for God and my country. So no matter the country you stay in, the promise still remains duty to God and my country. Aspect number 2 of our promise is to help other people at all times. And the last aspect is to obey the guide law. The guide law is one of the principles, and we're going to look at it later. So a promise is an engagement. It is making a vow. You know how a couple goes to wed? There are certain vows they make. That is a promise. You're promising your spouse that you're going to do A, B, C, D. So even us in Girl Guiding, when we make a promise, this is an engagement that we are saying that once I join this great movement, I have finished my tasks and I am ready for enrollment. On that day, you will make a promise. And this promise, we say it over and over again. Maybe when we have ceremonies, when we have, at different functions, at different opportunities, we get a time to say our promise again, because it reminds us of what we said we shall do for this great movement. It's a promise. And you never break promises. A promise is... Yes, please.
I'm going to cut you short, but the words are kind of small. Can you make them bigger? Or it's hard?
I don't even know what I can do at this moment.
Have you reduced your screen? You can make a full screen and we see.
This is a full screen, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe people can try to pull out their, what do they call it? There is a way you enlarge on your site.
Okay.
Should I continue?
Continue, please.
Okay. So I said a promise is not for a time. It's not for a few months, but for the rest of our lives. So we have a slogan that we usually use. It says, once a guide, always a guide. So I hope you can still recall our promise is 3-fold. It says, on my honor, I promise on my honor that I'll do my best. 1, to do my duty to God and my country. 2, to help other people at all times. And 3, to obey the guide law. This is a promise that we make all the time. That means we do it once, but it is forever. So we are going to practice saying the guide promise. We are going to make a salute, and you repeat after me. The salute, I put a symbol, but later on you're going to learn more about the salute. That is how we salute in Girl Guiding. We salute using the right hand. It's for shoulder level. You lift your 3 fingers, the middle 3 fingers up, and then the little one is protected by the thumb. You're going to learn more about the salute later, but every time we are making the promise, we have to make a salute. So I'm going to request you to turn on your videos because we are actually going to learn how to make our promise. It is short, it is easy to remember, but even in the future, you have to continue practice practicing it so that you can learn it by heart. So Rita, I know some people are in noisy backgrounds, but we need to do this, and I want to do it with everyone. We are going to practice saying the promise. Can you please unmute everyone? Janet, are we all unmute?
Yeah. No.
So ladies on the call in the training, I want us to read together the promise. We shall start with that part which says, I promise on my honor that I will do my best.
Students, please ask them to unmute their microphones because
please unmute because this is a practical session. We are going to do this together. We are going to, I already showed you the symbol of the salute. You're going to use your right hand. You raise it to your shoulder level, do that, and then we. Okay, are we ready, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, can we say the promise together?
Yeah.
I promise on my honor.
I promise to do my best, to do my duty, to defend my country. I
guide low.
Okay. I know it was noisy, but it is good. We learn by doing. We are going to do it again. I'm going to say, 1, 2, 3, can we go?
I promise to do my best, to do my duty,
and my
Okay. Thank you. Rita, please mute everyone. Please mute everyone. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was good. At least you'll know you always remember this. The day you're going to make your promise, that's the promise you're going to make. And this is one of our principles. You're saying that you promise to do your best, to do your duty to God and your country. So it means doing your best doesn't mean that, like, it's, you know, you have to do it and what? Yes, you have to do it, but you will do your best. We know we are not perfect, but you try as much your level best to do something to God and your country. Remember, we are promoting responsible citizenship. Then to help other people at all times. Maybe I would like to hear from, let me see the participants on the call. I'm seeing Gwendolyn. Gwendy, can you tell us, give us an example in which you think you can help people at all times? How can you be able to help people? Please unmute Gwendolyn so she can tell us how she can be able to help people.
Thank you, Prudence.
Okay.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Prudence. One of the ways I can help other people is by sharing probably what I have with a neighbor who doesn't have anything. So by sharing my food or anything else, I am helping people.
Okay, thank you, Gwenny. I think we have, I saw a cool essay on the group, on the team. Can you please unmute her so that she can also tell us any other way in which she can help people at all times? Gwendolyn, thank you for your response. That is one of the things that we do. Essay, if I am right about the pronunciation, I saw her on the call. Akulu,
as a girl guide, if I see another girl in need, let's say a girl who is in her periods and is not being allowed to go to school, is not being allowed to attend classes, I will have to speak up because I can't just let her be like that. I have to help her and think beyond myself and think of her and help her as best as I can.
Okay, thank you very much, Akulu. So those are some of the examples in which we can help people at all times as Girl Guides. Yesterday, we said that we do a lot of community outreaches. So for example, let's say you live in a community where there's poor garbage disposal. So you can help this community. Remember, community is a group of people. You can help this community by educating them on proper garbage disposal. As Girl Guides, you can go out into this community and do activities to keep that environment clean. So there are so many ways we can help other people at all times. It can be locally, it can be internationally. There are international projects. For example, if we look at nutrition projects are international one, go from one country to another, but can also be done locally. So I would encourage you that when you make this promise, you have to live by it and you have to fulfill this promise. You have to fulfill it by helping people at all times. Later today, you're going to learn about what we call a good turn. A good turn is a good deed. Helping other people is doing good things for others. Then the last part of the law is to obey the guide law. We are going, the last part of the promise is to obey the guide law. We are later in this session, you're going to look at the guide law and we shall also learn more about it. So we finished practicing the guide promise. We partly looked at the salute, but you're going to look at it in details later today. I have a video that I would like to play. I hope you can hear. I'm playing a video.
Can't hear it, Prudence, the volume.
You can't hear anything.
Yeah, we can't hear anything, but we can see that. We can't hear anything. Prudence, are you working on the video, on the volume?
Prudence,
Yes, Rita.
kindly use that when you're sharing. In the extreme corner of your left at the bottom, you're going to see a tick box with adding sound. Please add it.
Let me try and look for it.
As you're sharing. Have you seen it? No, like when you're sharing the screen.
I didn't see it.
You try sharing, then you check at the extreme corner. You'll see it. They are very small words. One is optimized screen, another one. Yeah.
You still have my presentation, Rita, maybe. Oh, I've seen it.
Okay.
Can you hear now?
It's sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's working. You can restart the video.
On my honor, I promise that I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country to help other people and to obey the guide law.
Okay, thank you. So we are now going to look at the guide law. We've looked at the promise. You did a great job. You've watched a brief video and you've had someone actually making the promise, and you also did the promise yourself. So the promise, you always have to remember, has three parts. One is God and my country. Then we have the one of other people, helping other people at all times. And lastly, obeying the guide law. So now we are going to do the law. This is a little bit longer and it takes a little bit of practice, but very easy to get. So once you continue practicing the guide law, saying it, you end up mastering it. It doesn't have to be today, but with time you will get there. The guide law represents everything a guide stands for and how she should act. It is more like when we were in school, we had school rules and regulations. So these ones used to guide us on how we used to go through school. So it is the same thing when it comes to the guide law. It is a law which helps us in the way we shall act. So don't get scared. Don't think it is something very complicated, but the things that I'm going to share with you right now are as easy as A, B, C, D. So at this moment, I'm going to put you in groups. I think you can see all this that you're seeing on the screen. It's a bit jumbled. It's actually jumbled. But in your groups, you're going to put each of those boxes into, what do I call it? Into a sentence. For example, you look at any of those boxes, you will see like there is one, the reliable speaks the truth is a guide. And if you remember your English in primary, even in secondary, jumbled sentences, and then you have to look at all these jumbled words and you make one sentence. So in your groups, you're going to try and turn all these jumbled words into sentences. Each box is actually a word, a sentence. Each box is a sentence. So you have to, in your groups, you're going to make sentences, at least make 5 of them in each group. And then we shall come back and share. I'm going to request Rita to put us in 2 different groups right now. Look at those jumbled words and make sentences. Each box has a certain group of words and they make a sentence. So at least if a group can come up with 5 sentences from each box, that would be great. So are we ready, Rita?
Yes, I'm trying to send the image to the inbox so that they can have what to refer to. Just a second.
As Rita is putting us into our break rooms, please, ladies, let's register our names. Even though we are using the same device together, let's write all our names in the chat box. Thank you.
I've sent them to your chat room in the inbox. Please check for the image.
I'm not seeing it yet. Okay, it's there. So ladies, Rita is going to put you in 2 groups. So you're going to do some bit of group work using what she has just put in the chat box. You're going to find this very work that you're seeing on the screen in the chat box, and then you can use that in your group to make sentences. Remember that the words in each box are jumbled, but they make a sentence. So you have to put them in order and make some sense out of that. And we shall come back after. I'm giving us how many minutes for this exercise? 5. I'm giving us 5 minutes, then we shall come back and share. Thank you very much.
Hey, ma'am, we're not- Ladies, try to go into your breakout rooms. Check for the message that has been sent. Please go into your breakout rooms. All of you have been placed in breakout rooms. Please go into your breakout rooms. Bridget Nasali, Sarah Mujasi, Patience, Special Needs Coordinator, Techno Pop Plus, Techno Pop Power. Oh dear.